speaking with Mike Ralston this morning from Blencowe Resources. Mike, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew, and nice to be back so soon after the last one.
Look, indeed, a second big announcement from you this week, this one concerning an MOU, a partnership here to build a downstream graphite beneficiation facility in Uganda. Just tell us a bit more, what's the significance of this to Blencowe?
Yes, this will be game-changing for Blencowe, Andrew. I think it's fair to say the best commercial returns in graphite markets are in the downstream processing. That is from concentrate to a purified battery-ready material. We need to get into that space and participate in those higher returns. And one major issue preventing most new graphite producers starting up is the fact that typically 50% of their end product is in small flake concentrate, which sells for, at best, break even in Asia. And we needed to find a solution to add value to that product, and beneficiating it to a 99.95% SPG does exactly that. Orom-Cross will also have an off-taker for life for the small flake concentrate, which is located just down the road. And there are advantages everywhere for us doing that. And once completed, this will be one of the first graphite purification plants in the world outside of China, which means we'll have huge offtake interest, as there's a lot of nervousness that China will ban the export of purified graphite ahead in retaliation to EV tariffs imposed by Western countries. Everybody wants graphite as a battery-ready SPG product, and they want it produced out of China to avoid this risk. And we have the ability to do that. So it's huge differentiation to the rest of our peers who will only sell concentrate. And to be honest, it's not easy to replicate this facility as it requires a lot of energy. And we're very lucky to have cheap hydropower energy in abundance in Uganda, which is not available elsewhere. So yeah, it's game changing, and it's a big, big event for us and a huge milestone.
Well, Mike, I spot in the RNS you mentioned the name of one of these partners, but not the other. No doubt there's a reason for this, but can you give us a bit more detail?
Yeah, no, good question. Triessence is an experienced graphite marketing company located in Singapore, and they approached us with this JV partnership and to go ahead with this venture. And they will provide 50% of all funding required to build the facility. We expect the total cost of that to be a lot less than Orom-Cross CapEx, by the way. The third partner won't be part of the JV, but they will help build and manage and operate the SPG facility under a management contract. However, as this is a Chinese company, they felt it was sensible that they didn't put their name in the headlights, as they don't want undue attention for obvious reasons. At some future point, I hope we can name them, as they're one of the two largest SPG producers in the world, producing around 100,000 tons per annum of purified product, and they have the expertise and experience to deliver this successfully. We've done a lot of work with them in the past, so interested parties can read our prior announcements and draw their own conclusions.
And just to build, Mike, on what you were saying a bit earlier, tell us a bit more about some of the advantages this JV and the downstream facility brings to Blencowe.
Yeah, the advantages are huge, Andrew. Orom-Cross doesn't have to fight alongside every other graphite producer to sell its small flake concentrate into Asia, with, I guess, the associated pricing pressures. We'll have our small flake off-taker for life, 200 kilometers down the road. We'll pay a fair market price, and we'll be able to ensure that, as we own half of that facility. As this facility is built only for Orom-Cross material, it'll be the sole supply of all concentrate forever, exclusively, and that's massive. And as such, our Orom-Cross logistics cost goes down substantially, as we were previously planning to send all of our concentrate 1,700 kilometers away to Mombasa Port. Now it's going to be sent 200 kilometers to the facility. And this greatly impacts the overall operating costs in a positive way. And furthermore, we get to participate in half the JV profits. And as we upgrade lower value $500 per ton concentrate to $2,000 per ton uncoated SPG, which are the higher downstream returns that I alluded to earlier, you can obviously see that we'll be participating in a lot more value going forward. So big advantages commercially, politically, and yeah, we're very excited about it, as you can tell.
And Mike, you mentioned earlier these Western tariffs on Chinese EVs. Clearly, that could prompt a response from China. So how does the strategy support the critical mineral supply chain?
Yeah, I guess the major problem the West has in the critical mineral supply chain in our graphite market is that nearly all of the 99.95% purified battery-ready product is produced in China currently. And this is a bottleneck that could have huge geopolitical consequences ahead. And alleviating this is a long-term ambition for all Western governments that want to see the green energy transition occur. If that doesn't occur, there's no purified graphite exported from China, would mean no batteries, which would mean no storage for renewables and no energy transition. We can ultimately learn how to do this purification ourselves over time, and we'll play a big role in this transition whilst uplifting our own commercial returns at the same time. So it has two sides to this. I guess one is a geopolitical and one is a commercial, but we get advantages in both.
Mm. And so, Mike, what's next for this strategy at Blencowe?
Well, we need to integrate this downstream SPG facility into our overall Orom-Cross DFS as it becomes a big part of that DFS, as it's the off-taker to around half of our end product as concentrate. This study won't take too long and it won't be costly, as our JV partners have all the necessary expertise and experience in engineering, design and drawings, operating costs, etc. We have the local in-house country expertise to overlay onto that. Our intention will be to complete the Orom-Cross DFS by the second quarter of next year, with this SPG facility included, so we can make a decision to mine thereafter based on all factors for both. And there's plenty of news flow, obviously, as the strategy develops further.
Yeah, big morning for you, Mike, and no doubt we'll speak again soon. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Andrew.